Hello and welcome back to the channel. For this video tutorial, I will be demonstrating how to use that fillet and chamfer command. And those are your modification tools found in your home tab. First, in front of us right now, I have went ahead and created myself a square that measures 3 feet by 3 feet. And just using that quick measure tool, I'm going to go ahead and check that measurement. And here you have 3 feet by 3 feet. You have 4 right angles. And we're just going to say that this is more like some type of end table, a plan view of an end table. However, our corners aren't going to be 90 degree. We're going to go ahead and round off the corners of this square. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit and use the pan tool and go over to our modify tools up here, and underneath your scissors we have that fillet command, and it tells us it rounds and fillets the edges of an object. If I go ahead and select that command here at the bottom in my command bar, it tells us to go ahead and specify the first object. And then we also need to note if it's going to be a rectangle, a radius or not. So if I was to just select the top line here and then the second, it again now stays at that right angle because I didn't put in any distance for the radius. But if I go into the command again by selecting it, and the first object, instead of selecting that first line, I'm going to type in R for radius or click on the radius word. And now it asks me to put in the measurement. So if I know that the radius of that rounded end is going to be, let's say, 9 inches, and I'm press enter. Then it tells me again to go ahead. I'm now ready for you to select the first object or the line. Selecting that top line, and then where do we want the rounded edge to come to? We're going to select right now the line on the left. And it rounded this edge 9 inches. And I'm going to show that again. Using the fillet command, we're going to go R for radius, type in the measurement of 9 inches, and select the first and second line. Now, it doesn't matter if you select the line to the right first and then the top, because as soon as you hover over the line, I'm just hovering over it with my mouse before I left click, it demonstrates and gives you like a preview. Is this what you're looking for? If it is, go ahead and left click to select it, and it will pop into place. Repeating that again and just showing it the opposite way. Now, you don't necessarily have to pick the fillet command just like any other tool. You don't have to pick it first. You can select the line that you want to fillet and then go to the command. And it's the same process. R for radius, type in the measurement of the radius. Again, we're going to do 9 inches. And it doesn't have to be equal. It could be a different measurement. Matter of fact, I'm going to escape and show that it doesn't matter if you change your radius. So let's say the radius in the front of this object here is 4 inches. Select the first line and then select your second line. And just simply do a quick right click to go ahead and stay in the command. R for radius, again, that 4 inches, or press enter if you want to keep the same measurement. And select your line first, and your first line and your second line. And now you have a rounded edge over here for the last corner. Again, you can use your measurement tool to do a quick check of your edges. So if I go to my measure geom and I select radius, when I click on the radius of that arc here, you see on the screen at the bottom the radius is 9 inches, so that is correct. It also gives you a diameter. And you can, of course, repeat that. And I want that radius again, 9 inches, a foot, 6-inch diameter. And at the bottom, just to double check, we should have 4 on each side. 4-inch radius, that is correct. And then let's take a look at it again here on the left side. 4-inch radius, 8-inch diameter. So that is demonstrating how to use that fillet command where you now have your rounded edges. Attached to that command in the flyout is another tool or command that is called your chamfer. The chamfer, if we hover over this, it tells us, it bevels the edges of objects. Again, you may have seen this used and mentioned in many other videos of mine where we kind of see this when we are creating some type of tile work or an octagon shape or design. And here is where the distance and the angles that you specify are applied in the order that you select the object. So we can give a distance of how long we want our line to be on the chamfer, and then also what angle that you want your chamfer line to be, and then how long it is. So let's demonstrate that. I'm going to go ahead and draft and use that rectangle tool here and scroll out in D for dimension and type in the dimension of the rectangle. I want, again, 3 feet by 3 feet. All right. Just using that same measurement, I'm going to left click to drop it and place it right on my screen here. And then I'm going to just do a quick move. I want to move it up a little bit. About there. Okay. And now let's demonstrate that chamfer tool. Let's move my screen over here. Again, the first thing I would like to do is select the tool. And it tells us to specify the first line. But before I do that, I want to choose either a distance of the line that I want to create or an angle. So let's say we'll start with that distance. So D for distance, and how long do I want the line to be? And I'm just going to start small and just say 4 inches. Well, let's do actually 6 inches. And then how long do I want the second chamfer line to be? I'm going to say 6 inches again, so press enter. And then I can just select the first line and then the second line. Again, I'm just going to hover over the side that I want to work and see the preview. If this is correct, I'm going to left click. And then using the right click to repeat the chamfer, I'm going to do this again. D for distance. Remember, it's asking me that distance of how long do I want the lines to be. And I'm going to say 6 inches. Oh, and 6 inches again. And choose my first line and my second line. Use my quick measure, and I'll do distance. And from end to end, the length of this line is going to be the 6 inches. Now, let's take a look at putting in an angle. Again, using the chamfer command, if I type A for angle, it says the chamfer length of the first line. So we're talking about the length. So I want to have a 6-inch line created now, and I press enter. Now it's asking me at what angle do I want the line to be created. What angle do I want my line to be created? Meaning, if I have a 6-inch line, do I want it drawn at a 60-degree angle, a 30, a 45? I'm going to go ahead and say I want 30 degrees. So I'm just going to type in the number 30, no inch sign, no feet sign. And now it's asking me to and press enter, and then it asks you, of course, to select your first line and then select your second line. Notice that this line is the same length as the one up top. They're both 6 inches, but this is drawn at a 30-degree angle. That means that from here to here is 30 degrees. Let's use my measure geom and select the line and the second line, and that angle, as you can see at the bottom of your screen, is 30 degrees. Let's try this on the other side. I'm going to just delete that guideline that I drew. Again, using the chamfer, we're going to select the command or the tool and type in A for angle. We want a 6-inch line again, and 6 is just a good number. We can do a longer number. Let's do 9 inches. And type enter, press enter. And now we want to specify the angle. Okay, let's say we want a 9-inch line drawn at a 60-degree angle. So type in 60 and press enter. Specify the first line and then the second. Much bigger. I'm going to draft myself a little guideline here and then use my measure geom and select angle to verify. So from here to here should be 60 degrees. Let's see. Line 1, line 2. Oh, actually it's the wrong distance. My apologies. There we go. Because I selected the right side first. So it's an angle off of the right vertical line. So from here to here is that 60-degree angle. And you can see that here at the bottom of the screen, verifying what that angle is, 60 degrees. And just delete this. I hope this video tutorial helps you with understanding how to use your fillet command, where we have your rounded corners or edges, and then also understanding how to use the chamfer tool. These both are modified tools found in your home tab just under the scissors. If you click the flyout, you have these first commands, Fillet and Chamfer, and you can just toggle between the two. Thanks for watching.